Guys, welcome back to some more AFK Arena. Today we're over on the pay to win account. Yesterday we looked at Grub'S guide, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to respec our elder tree by those classifications for specific classes, specific levels. I want you to note that right now we are at 774 million overall combat rating. This really shows you how powerful the elder tree is, guys. And again, I think a lot of people don't realize exactly how powerful this elder tree is, which is the reason I want to go ahead and respec it. A lot of players also said, hey, well, looking at the guide, is that how you honestly spec the tree? And it is going to be exactly how we're going to run it. We do change it up a little bit when it comes to the Abyssal Expedition, but the guide is very solid, guys. So let's go ahead and we're going to take a quick look at the guide here. So we're beginning right in the top. And again, big shout out to Grub. This is his branch building workflow, or the flow chart. I love the flow chart. So this is where we're beginning, guys. All of our baselines are at 0. We do not have anything in the elder tree as of right now. So choose our main carry branch. Are we going to go with celerity, or are we going to go with sorcery and raise it to 9? Right now, I am going to go with sorcery. Big reason for this, guys, is I've never really put any thought into the sorcery tree and how powerful it can be. Big thing is when you're leveling it up, it gives you HP, attack, and defense to the entire class. So every single caster we have in here, looking at some of the prime ones, we use Sophia, we use Pippa, we use Oden in here, we use Ainz in here, we use Mahiro, we use Khazard. A lot of heroes that we have in here. Now, this part of the tree was only spec'd to 25. 25 is where I left it. So we're going to take it up again to 9, 8, and 9. So there we go. So there is our 9. Once you hit 9, that is when it becomes getting more expensive. As you can see here, if we were starting out brand new, this would be 50 Twisted Essence every level. Once you hit up to 9, it is up to 200 Essence. That's right, guys. It is 4 times as expensive. That is why we stop at 9 per the guide, just like we seen a little bit ago. So we will raise it to 9. There we go. Now our mage tree is up to 9. Next step in this guide, raise all branches to 9. Again, because it is very efficient with the price you're going to pay for this. So we're going to take this one up to 9. And we're going to take them all up to 9 because it is getting more expensive as we continue up the ladder. Every single time that we're putting resources into this, it is getting more expensive. Again, every single time that we are leveling up, it is getting more and more expensive. But that's okay, because this is exactly how we want to build the tree. All right, so we have them all at 9, exactly where we are. So step 2 in there. So let's take a look at step 3. Raise your main branch to 22. So we are going main branch to 22, which we chose the sorcery. We're going to take this all the way up to 22. I want to make sure we don't go past there, guys. 20, 21, 22. There we go. So 22 allowed us to get some extra crit rate here, which is exactly what we want to. Again, looking at the guide, there are actually points where you do get the substats. You don't get the HP, attack, defense, but you get the substats in there, which trumps over what you get from the actual abilities. So looking down here at the abilities you get in the tree, we want this subset. We are looking for the crit rating of the sorcery tree. So once we're there, guys, we'll look at the next step, which is raising your main branch to 42. So now this is going to be a significant investment because this is 20 levels, and we are definitely getting up there. Once it hits 800, that is it, guys. It doesn't get more expensive than 800, but we are taking this to 42. And you'll see right before we hit 42, crit just went up a little bit there. 41, 42. There we go, guys. So we are at level 42 per the guide. So we're at level 42. Next, we're taking the warrior up to 37. So again, this is going to be pretty dramatic because taking this up to 37, I haven't built the warrior tree. Most of you know the warrior tree was very low, and I've always had it low. So we'll take this one up to 37 is what we're looking for. 36. And there is our substat, guys. So right now we're at level 36. Taking this to level 37 will give us life leech. So we will unlock that life leech ability, We will also give us the substat of the accuracy. Boom, there is our 37. Now looking at the warrior tree in particular, you have Zolrath, you have Izol, you have Ulna, you have Yukio, you have Nara, a lot of very strong heroes, including Wukong for the Celerity Towers and Antandra for the Mauler Towers in there to go ahead and build. So looking back at our guide, so main branch to 42 we did. This is to 37. Now we're looking the substance branch or the support heroes to 42. All right, so here we go, guys, 42. So we're going to have quite an investment in here to get up to 42. But big thing with this one is as we continue up to 42, you'll see here is haste. We've talked about this before, guys. Haste is the most powerful attribute in AFK Arena. Right here, hitting level 37 takes us from 9 haste to 12 haste. So we get a good boost there. And we were taking this one up to level 42. That is right. So 42 is where we're going to take it. 40, 41, and 42. There we go. So we're stopping at 42. So now we have 37 on the warrior tree, 42 and 42. Now looking back to our guide. There we go. So we are taking to 65, guys. So I'm not sure if this is meant to be the ranger or the caster, or if this is just specifically the ranger, but it says ranger to 65. So that is where we are going, guys. Ranger to 65. I don't even know if we have enough to get it to 65. 37. 45. We got to go to 65. 61, 2, 3, 4, and 65. There we go. So we made it up to 65 and into the second part of the guide itself. So there we go. We're at 65. Boom. Now we'll come up here. Work on these 2 paths at the same time, guys. So max both of these as much as possible to the highest breakpoint. So remember, the breakpoint does change depending where you are in the guide. So we're actually going to go breakpoint to breakpoint to breakpoint, which we're going to have to look at specifically at this guide, looking at the ranger or the celerity and the sorcery path to see exactly where we're going to. And I think just kind of going back and forth between all of these, because these are the breakpoints specifically for the faction building over here or the class building over here. And then the breakpoints for here. I'm going to have to look up the breakpoints and see exactly where they are going to be at to go ahead and continue this elder tree. So let's take a look at the breakpoints. All right, so we checked out the breakpoints. The breakpoints in the sorcery tree are 47, 62, and 72 on the level. On the ranger tree, it's 42, 65, and 80. So we do have these ones kind of in between with 62 here, 47, 72, 77. As you can see with this overall, the tanking tree is very, very low when it comes to the priority. So let's look back at our breakpoints here. So since we already have this at 65, we know that one is good. We passed the 42, 65 was our next point. So those 2 breakpoints have already been hit. So now for this one, for our sorcery tree, we're going to 47. And again, you're going to see that the subset in here, 46 right there, but we get a +2 crit when we hit 47, allowing us to hit that breakpoint. Next breakpoint is going to be 62 for the sorcery tree. So we're going to take this all the way up to 62 for the sorcery tree, staying at our next breakpoint. There we go. So 62 is the breakpoint there. All right. So we have both of those breakpoints. This one, we're not going to get to 80. That's going to be a ton. This one, I don't think, well, we could add 10. Let's go to 72. You know what? Let's go to 72. 71, there we go. So there's some more crits. So 72, and that is our actual final breakpoint for the sorcery tree. This one, we're actually at 65. Next one would be 80. But remember, we want to build these somewhat equally. So max as much as possible to the highest breakpoint. We're not going to be able to hit that 80 breakpoint, or we're going to come really close. So I'm going to take support to 62. So let's see if we can get 62 out of here, which we're not going to be able to. That one we're not going to get enough either, but we're going to go ahead and we'll take this one to 62 as close as we can get it. to 62. 61, there we go. So we are going to get to 62, guys, and look at that, adding 3 more haste in here. Very powerful because that is the break point we want. Boom. So there is our 62, leaving us 1 more to go ahead and utilize here. So we hit the highest break point we could in the sorcery and the ranger tree. We only have 1 left in the ranger tree, which is 80. 62 we hit. Now we're looking for warrior 47, which, as we know, we are going to be completely out. So we're going to focus on building the warrior tree up to that 47 mark. And then we'll go ahead and we'll switch back into the ranger tree. But guys, that is building the elder tree. Very, very comprehensive guide that Grub put out. I will go ahead and put it in the description again. I wanted to go ahead and build it and see just how powerful this is. When we do our campaign push this weekend, we're going to go ahead and do as far as we can. So we were at 744 million combat rating. That is right, guys. Because of the power of the elder tree, we are at 911 million combat rating. That is just an absolute astronomical gain in there. I mean, gaining what? From 744, so about 160 million power in there just coming out of the elder tree. So guys, let me know in the comments what you guys think. Very cool guide, and a big shout out to Grub. And as always, thank you guys for watching.